Learn German with Anja! Hallo alle zusammen, ich bin heute hier mit Riley aus Australien. I am here with Riley from Australia and I just want to ask him some questions about how he likes Germany and how he thinks Germany is compared to Australia, and some tips for learning German because his German is already really good. Maybe just introduce yourself a little bit. How long have you been in Germany and things like that?
Yeah, so my name's Riley and I come from Newcastle in Australia. And I've been in Germany since February this year, so what's the day? It's about 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months.
4 months now, but I've travelled in Germany before that as well as a tourist for a month or a couple of weeks at a time. And yeah, I've decided this year to move to Berlin and do a work visa. Yeah.
Very good. And why did you want to come to Berlin?
Pretty much really like the lifestyle and the openness of Berlin, and also gives me a chance to practice my German, even though sometimes that's hard.
No, but your German is already good.
But yeah, it's a really international city and there's lots going on.
Yeah, I agree. So first of all, what do you think is better in Germany than in Australia? So that's his personal opinion, yeah, whatever it comes, don't take it as an offense or whatever, okay?
Better in Germany. So I think at the moment there's less restrictions on fun things in Germany compared to Australia.
I know what he means.
So like, for example, alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah. Yeah, in Australia. I lived also in Australia, by the way, in Sydney for about 1 year, and you can drink alcohol on beaches, in parks, right?
A lot of restrictions and stuff.
Lots of,
And restrictions on how late you can go to a pub overnight. So I think it's like 2 AM, something in Sydney lockout laws. And that's also in Newcastle as well. So
yeah, we don't have that in Germany.
Yeah, and just casually drinking in a park, I really love that about Berlin.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one thing I'd say. There's a lot less restrictions on your free time in Berlin.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there are many laws in Sydney which are quite restrictive. Okay, what else do you think is better in Germany? Maybe.
In Germany.
We will also see what he likes better in Australia afterwards, compared to Germany.
What do I think about the second thing I would say is better in Germany is definitely the transport and the amount of health insurance that is provided by the state. And I think that's something that Australia used to be a little bit better at in terms of health insurance, but we're kind of moving
I agree.
away from that. And transport's never really been that great in Australia. We have some trains, of course.
Yeah.
In Sydney, there's a train network, but it's nothing compared to what Germany has. And
yeah, I agree. For example, Sydney doesn't have a metro, right?
Yeah.
There's no real metro, and so public transport in Germany is much better. And also when you check on your phone, for example, if you go by car or by train, it's almost the same time.
Yeah.
In Sydney, there is sometimes 1 hour difference or something if you want to go by bus.
And that, and that's in Newcastle, it's even worse. Sydney is probably the best in the state.
Okay, good. And health insurance, some of you might know that I got my wisdom teeth out, and I knew already in Australia that I had to get them removed. And in Australia, it would have cost 6,000 Australian dollars, really. And here my health insurance is paying for it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe my travel insurance would have covered it, but I wasn't sure, so I just thought I would wait until I'm in Germany and then...
Even with, I had private health insurance last year, and I was thinking about getting my wisdom teeth out, and even with that extra money that I was paying for private health insurance, it still would have cost me $3,000.
Oh, yeah,
so that's even
crazy.
With, that was a private company. So compared to Germany, where you can get your wisdom teeth out for free.
Yeah. Okay.
And
good.
And more things are covered on your health insurance.
Krankenversicherung, genau. That's a health insurance. What else would you add for what's better in Germany compared to Australia? Anything else?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think internet's much better in Germany.
Yeah, the internet for me was pretty bad in Australia, but it's a governmental issue, no?
Yeah, and also I think it has a lot to do with how big Australia is as well.
It's so spread out.
If you were having bad connections in Sydney, you can imagine what people in the outback would have been having as well.
Oh my god, do they have internet? I don't know.
I don't know, I've never been there. But just heard about that in the media.
Okay, and what about in terms of traveling?
Yeah, traveling's much better.
It's easier in Europe, no?
Easier in Europe, quicker, cheaper.
Yeah.
And for example, it costs, if you wanted to do like a trip to all the cities in Australia from Sydney on the east coast to Perth on the west coast, that would maybe one-way flight could cost $300 and last
expensive.
4 or 5 hours, and then one way, and then you got to get back.
Because it's such a big country.
So I think
maybe Europe, the whole of Europe is as big as Australia, maybe?
I think so. We should look that up.
Crazy, I don't know.
It's comparable.
Okay, now, what do you like better in Australia compared to Germany?
So I do like Australia, even though I just said all that. But better in Australia, there is, I'd say, sometimes I miss the small talk.
Oh yeah, Germans are not really into small talk.
Yeah, just the general chit chat that you can have with Australian people.
Yeah. I would even say, okay, don't be offended, but I think Australians are sometimes friendlier than Germans. So not always, I mean, it's a stereotype, but it's a bit, Australians are just more relaxed and Germans are a bit more, but once you get to know Germans, it's usually fine.
Definitely.
So I think, but the first impression.
The first impression, I think, there's only been a few cases, but sometimes in Germany I've had a bit of a rough go with some small talk that I've tried and just backfired completely and got a bit weird.
What I would like to add is technology. Technology is better in Australia, I think, a bit better. There are more, for example, people pay more often with credit cards. Here in Germany, you have to use cash, no?
Yes.
And
so it's much easier to just use your card in Australia than it is cash. And mostly when you go to even small things like markets, farmers markets would even have their little card readers that you can just pay with. And it's also like that in other Scandinavian European countries.
That's true. Germany is a bit back.
Or it's something they're holding on to.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. And then another thing you told me before, that lots of things they send by normal...
By mail.
Mail, not email, but mail.
You still have to do a lot by mail.
That's something also I noticed in Australia. Everything is online. You can book appointments. Everything has an app, and they're good in general. Technology is good, and I like this little Opel card which you can go on the train with.
Yes, it's actually crazy thing about
in Berlin you have to pay tickets.
Paper cards.
What else is better in Australia compared to Germany? What do you think?
I would say that the pay is much better.
Salary,
for just any job at all.
And the taxes are lower, I think.
Taxes are slightly lower. We still tax more than other countries, but not compared to Germany.
Yeah, Germany. I think Germany has one of the highest tax rates in Europe. I think maybe even the highest. Possibly. Or second highest or something.
It feels high.
It is high.
But also, so the pay, the minimum wage is much higher in Australia. I think it could be like 18 something.
18, and in Germany it's 8 euros. Or €8.50, I think.
When you equate that, it's only like
it's quite a big difference.
Australian dollars or something.
No, but in general, speaking about supermarkets, I think in Germany they are really bad because you have to pack everything into your own bags, Then they don't even give you bags. First of all, you have to bring your own, which is nice for the environment. So I think that's kind of nice. But then they just put the stuff, and you have to put quickly everything in the bags, and you're like, oh my god! In Sydney, it's so relaxed. Or in Australia, I mean, And then they have also these self-checkouts.
Self-serve,
Self-serve, So you don't even have a cashier anymore.
Yes.
I think that's cool.
It's cool.
It's good.
Yeah, but still, I think still people like to go to the cashier.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially older people.
Yeah, definitely. I also liked it, but Okay, and the last question is, do you have any tips for learning German? So first of all, du sprichst schon sehr gut Deutsch. Ein kleiner Test. Ich probiere. Nein, sein Deutsch ist wirklich schon gut. Also wir sprechen auch die meiste Zeit Deutsch. We speak most of the time German.
Um mir zu helfen. So I started learning German after I went on a trip to Germany and around Europe, but I really liked Germany and I decided that it's time I learned another language because I can only speak English at this time. And I felt a bit lazy. And so I started just by looking at German things on YouTube or getting any type of German thing. So whether that was like little kids books from the library or something.
That's interesting, So Kinderbücher, kids books, you can read and just get a lot of German information.
Even if they're little
anything
fairy
you can get your
tales
hands on. Okay.
Just little picture books that have a couple of sentences. That's really good just to
Interesting.
See how they talk.
Yeah.
Also, and when I kind of got, that was like a little thing at the start, but then as I got more interested, I started to get a bit more serious, and I sought out some German people in my city, which
yeah.
Newcastle's only got maybe 400,000 or 500,000 people, so it's
Yeah.
not a huge city, but even in a city like that, we had a little German club, and I
So
joined
that's
up with
also
them.
a good idea, yeah. In your hometown, wherever, look for German
There's always
meetups or
German
get
travelers.
together. Yeah, there's lots of Germans everywhere. We are like the
Yeah.
second Chinese people, I think. No, we are, I think so.
Really
Okay.
well travelled, and all,
Yeah.
that every one of the Germans I met in Australia, they've always been really keen to hear me speak any amount of German, no
Yeah.
matter if it's just hello or whatever.
Exactly, I think so too.
Gates.
Even if you just speak a little bit of German, just speak, no? That's
Yeah.
very good because
It really makes them happy.
really makes them happy. That's good.
And then they always try and teach you new words or something.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So then,
And so then you went to Germany, and how did you first in the beginning get started in Germany?
In the first time,
Yeah.
I just ordered at a cafe every day a coffee in German.
Oh, okay.
And a piece of cheesecake.
So just force yourself to speak German. You
Ich
know?
hatte gern ein Stück Käsekuchen
Yeah.
und ein Cappuccino, bitte.
Käsekuchen is cheesecake.
Even if I didn't know what they would say after that,
Yeah.
which I'd always get confused when they'd say "Was ist Ihr Name?" or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I'd always just go back to English, but just that first.
Just first initial, how do you say, effort to
The
to
first
make,
effort, and I'd always get excited
And
when they
you-
understood me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay. Like, yes, it worked.
And you stayed at Workaway, no?
Yeah, then
but-
so I've been, so then another time later, probably a year later, I did Homestays with a website called Workaway, and it's totally
Yeah.
free to join up. Oh no, it's not free. It's linked. It's like €20 a year, something.
Ah,
but it's free
very
to stay.
cheap. Yeah.
You earn it back.
So that's also something you can check out, Workaway.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Workaway.
Yeah.
And I stayed with some German families. I think in total,
That's
done
helpful.
about a month
yeah.
and a half.
Yeah.
And
how-
living in the
yeah.
household, speaking German, learning the words,
That's
random
perfect.
things like cleaning. And I think what really helped me is after a couple of years of just kind of learning myself, maybe a year of learning myself, and then I got a German tutor, and that was someone I met through this German club in Newcastle. And we kind of met every so often, once a week sometimes, and then maybe twice a week, I think, a couple of times.
That's good. Yeah.
Depends on how I was feeling, how much I'd studied or wanted to really put in effort that week, and we'd just meet in a cafe and really just speak in German for the
That's
first
good.
month.
Awesome. Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter how easy the speak was, even if it was just how was
Just
your
speak.
weekend.
Yeah. That's great.
It's about
That's
improving your
great.
confidence.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. Any other tip you would tell them?
Yeah, I'd say keep at it.
Keep at it. Yeah.
And just to speak, really.
And maybe also it's good to have a goal, no? Because you wanted to come to Germany.
Yes.
So
And also, coming to Germany doing a work visa was one of my goals, and I really wanted to get better at German for my working year here in Berlin.
Yeah.
But also, I think my main point is just to focus on speaking and listening,
Great.
because that's what you need day to day.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't
But good job.
write much. You
Yeah.
order into the bakery or anything. You're speaking and you're listening. So I'd say they're the two most important tips.
I agree. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Keine.
Really. I want to show you, kein Problem. Sehr gut.
Keine.
Wir sind gerade im Tiergarten. Ja, we are just in a big park in Sydney. It's called Animal Garden. Ich
Sydney.
zeige euch mal. Oh my God. In Berlin. So ist das hier. Da. Da. Ja! Tschüss!